Well, we may not do it for some. Okay, then somebody else knows that you can look at my comment. Great, you don't know, I'm not. So on Saturday, so this is stuff out. Yeah, that's the, in the regular refrigerator. Okay, all right, so the Arnold, excuse me, the Arnold still provided, but all the third parties will be out. Yeah, that's the. I know, I know. I made that mistake. Yes. And tried to make them for the growth. Yeah, so it's like, you know. So I tried to pay for that. Right. Yeah. And.
Testing, testing. Am I being heard? You guys in the sanctuary hear me? Cool. Hmm? Yeah, you'll be far enough away. Yeah. Yeah, when'd you get back?
Yesterday.
Uh-huh. Good, good. What's your duty? A couple of weeks. How exciting. Everything's good, everything's on time and. Great. Yeah. Is she working or not? Yeah. Nice. Good. Yeah, I woke up this morning to a rabbi with a sore throat, so. Then she gave me ideas for a drash, and I thought, that's dumb. I'll just get Cheryl. Oh, the one you recommended. Okay. I think it's on our list, right? We put it on. Yeah. 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 Oh, good. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Yeah. And I enjoyed Mad Honey. I think that's on the list too. Hmm.
You know, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I would say, 2 hours. People are starting, but it's not. Do you remember what you were defense on the we talked about it before, we were talking about why we were down and all.
Okay, going to be starting the recording. Give me a thumbs up, please, when the recording starts. Now? Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom to those in person and on Zoom. And yes, you'll notice that I am not Rabbi Zoe. Unfortunately, she came down with a sore throat. She strained her vocal cords. So she's on vocal rest for a few days now, and she can't say a thing. So she asked me in the wee hours of this morning if I could fill in, and I'm happy to do so with Cheryl's help. And I believe that Cheryl actually has a presentation to make before we start the service.
So as many of you know, I've been a teacher here. This is my 28th year. One of my favorite things that I get the honor of doing is when a student is ready to start studying prayers, which means they finished their first year of learning all about the beginning of the alphabet and how to put words together. They get their very own Siddur. And so I am so excited to present Hannah with her Siddur, because in about a month, she's going to start learning her prayers. So come on up, Hannah. But Hannah's Siddur is a little bit different than ours. Hers has a light blue cover. And the reason it has a light blue cover is because there's not any transliteration, which means Hannah has to rely on all the Hebrew that she's learned. And she's done a really good job. She just started studying with me in April. So here we go. This is your very own Siddur, and you get to use it starting tonight. Okay, you can do it. You're working really hard, and you can do it, Hannah.
Mazel tov, Hannah. Well, we'll start today's service on page 128, and we will be singing an older version, a folk version of Hine Matov. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. On page 127. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. We continue with lighting the Shabbat candles on page 121 and 120, and we invite Jill Ziman up to light the candles. And welcome back, Jill and Pip.
Thank you. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chad l'pnei shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We continue with the singing of Lecha Dodi on page 138 as we welcome the Shabbat bride. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Tishmianu el hamyukad Adonai echad Shmo echad B'shemu tiferet v'litila Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu b'necha ki hi makor haberacha lerosh b'kedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tefila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'bzola v'roshanei am segula. Boi chala Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. We continue with the Barhu, which is found on page 264. That's the second Shabbat service in the Siddur. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I have all of my markers there, so that's what we're doing. So please let us sing the Barhu, our call to worship. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Please be seated. Page 266. We read responsively. In each age, we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment, we are addressed by the world. In each age, we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment, the knowing heart is filled with wonder. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivot Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivot Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha b'derech u'shachbecha uvkumecha ukshartam le'ot ayadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtaptam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kadoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. We read responsibly on page 269. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all. Before our eyes, there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness. When will redemption come? Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High. We continue with Mi Chamocha on page 270. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neto b'kodesh, norati lo dosei fele, norati lo dosei fele. Malchutecha ra'u banecha bokei amlifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'lianu v'yamru, ze'lianu v'yamru. Adonai Yimlo Leolam Vaed, Adonai Yimlo Leolam Vaed. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. We continue with the Hashkivenu prayer on page 271. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'ha'amidenu shomreinu l'chayim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right. Amen. 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 We continue with the Tefillah, our standing prayer, which can be found on page 273. Please rise. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Kula Lifnei V'Nehem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Please continue to pray silently, either the words in the Siddur or those in your heart, and then have a seat when you get to the Shalom Rav prayer on page 282. We continue with Shalom Rav, our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of the world. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We pray silently. Yehiyu leratzon imreifi vehegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri v'goali Yehiyu leratzon imreifi vehegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri v'goali Well, it is now my pleasure to invite Cheryl Cohen forward, who has some words of Torah to share with us.
Actually, not quite words of Torah, but words of Midrash. And Midrash is a story that is written about a story from the Torah. So I thought that I would read the Midrash that goes along with this week's Torah portion called Vayishlach. So just relax, pretend you're at preschool or in Sunday school with me, and be in your most comfy position while I tell you a story, and friends at home get comfy too. This story is called The Greatest Gift. Ian and Jaden were brothers. They were not friends. Pity the poor mother who had to raise them under the same roof. Ian begrudged Jalen every success he ever had. Rather than be happy and rejoice in his brother's good fortune, Ian became more angry and more envious. Does age transform envy into love? Perhaps in the hearts and souls of others, but as Ian grew older, his envy intensified. Jaden had become a kind and caring man. He worked hard as a farmer, and after many years, his toil paid off. His field stood full of golden grains, green vegetables, and orange and red and yellow fruits. The harvest would make all the years of hard work worthwhile for him. Ian had watched his brother's fields grow rich and full of produce. He could have shared his wealth. Jaden had invited him many times to come and work in the fields with him and claim part of his bounty on his own. But Jaden's generosity made Ian even more angry. So Ian devised a plan that would ruin Jaden once and for all. Very late on the night before Jaden was to harvest his fields, Ian, with some of his mean-spirited friends, harvested Jaden's fields and sowed salt into the empty furrows so nothing would ever grow there again. Jaden was left with nothing. He had no produce to sell. He had no land upon which to grow anything. Meanwhile, Ian sold the grains, vegetables, and fruit for a great deal of money, bought a big house, and hired many servants. When Jaden went to confront his brother with what he had done, Ian had his servants throw Jaden out of his home. What was Jaden to do? He had no money and a worthless farm. He needed help. But where could he go to get it? To Rabbi Akiva, of course. Rabbi Akiva is a man of much wisdom. I will go to him and he will advise me. So Jaden sent out to see Rabbi Akiva. It was a long journey. After many hours of walking through the hills of Judea, Jaden needed a place to rest and something to eat. And not far away, he saw an orange tree and decided to stop there. As he got closer to the tree, he noticed how strange a tree it was. One side of it was beautiful, long branches and juicy looking oranges, but on the other side, it was brown and lifeless, and not one orange grew there. Help me, please help me, cried the tree. How can I help you? Jaden asked. I cannot even help myself. I'm going to see Rabbi Akiva to ask his advice. Do you think you could ask Rabbi Akiva about my problem? The orange tree asked. I'm sure I could, in fact. I will ask, I promise, pledged Jalen. Please take some of my oranges from the good side of my tree. They are sweet and the best you will ever taste. Just don't forget about me. Please, you promise you won't forget about me? Jaden promised not to forget his new friend and continued on his way. The oranges were as good as the tree had said, and they would be, and gave Jaden new energy. He walked quickly and whistled as he went. After a few hours, he came to a wide river. Jaden picked up a long branch, walked into the water to test how deep it was. Too deep. Sadly, he walked out of the water, sat down with his head in his hands as if he was going to cry. I'll never get to see Rabbi Akiva now, he thought. But just then a wave of water sped onto him until he was soaking wet. What? Who did that? I did. Jaden heard a deep voice. Oh, I need to say I did, excuse me. I did. Jaden heard a deep commanding voice and wiped the water from his eyes to see who was there. When he looked, he could not believe what he saw, and he wiped his eyes again to make sure he was not dreaming. There before him was the biggest, meanest looking fish he had ever seen. It was standing on its huge tail, rising 12 feet high, right in front of Jaden. I did it, repeated the fish. This is my river and no one crosses it without checking with me first. What do you want to go? Why do you want to go across my river? Jaden told the fish the whole story. He explained how his brother Ian had stolen his crops and ruined his land. He told the fish he was going to see Rabbi Akiva to learn how to solve his problems. Do you think Rabbi Akiva could help me? Asked the fish. I have this terrible pain behind my left eye for years, and I can't sleep, and I've been grouchy, and I've chased away all my friends. Please, can you ask Rabbi Akiva how I can get rid of this awful ache? Of course I will ask him, said Jaden. He could not bear to see the fish in so much pain. Then hop on my back, and I will bring you across the river, called the fish. And he brought Jaden to the other side. Jaden walked all the rest of the day, reaching B'nai Brak as the sun was about to set. This was the home of Rabbi Akiva and his famous academy, where students from all over the land came to study with the wise and learned rabbi. When Jaden found Akiva, the rabbi was sitting under a tree, surrounded by his students. His words were so clear that Jalen could hear every one, even though he was so far away. Beloved is a person, and that he was created in the image of God. Jaden thought about those words. Everyone is created in the image of God? I guess that even my brother Ian was created in the image of God. The day's class was over and the students began to leave. Rabbi Akiva noticed Jaden and motioned for him to come over. You appear to have a great problem that makes your soul heavy and your eyes sad, said the rabbi. Why don't you tell me what is troubling you so? Jaden told Rabbi the whole story. He remembered his promises to the orange tree and the fish and told Akiva of their problems as well. Well, said the rabbi, when you return to the river, look behind the left eye of the fish. And when you return to the orange tree, search under the roots on its bad side. I think you will find what has troubled your friends. But as for you, this visit was not necessary. It was your hard work and talent that made your farm a success. The same ability will make anything you do successful. You are the only one who can change your fortune. I cannot do it for you. There is nothing I can give you that you don't already have. So let me give you this teaching. It is the only gift I can give you. Rabbi Akiva looked right in Jalen's eyes. He put his right hand on Jaden's shoulders and said in a very soft voice, the most important teaching on our whole Torah is this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And that's the part I get to read on Yom Kippur, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Akiva turned from Jaden and walked away. That night, Jaden slept under the tree where Rabbi Akiva taught his students. The next day, he returned to the river and checked behind the bad eye of the fish. Who wants to guess what was there? Hannah, do you have a guess what was behind the bad eye of the fish? A bug. Elior, what do you think? I don't know. Any grown-ups want to guess? A stick. Actually, it was a beautiful round pearl. The fish that had caused all the pain. The fish was so happy to be rid of his ache that he gave Jaden the pearl as a gift. When Jaden returned to the orange tree, he searched under the roots and discovered the cause of the tree's problem. Who wants to guess? What was the tree's problem? Well, you see, there was a large bag that someone had buried on top of its roots. Someone had littered and covered up the roots of the tree. When Joseph unearthed the bag, he found it full of gold coins. It wasn't even litter. The tree was so happy to have the bag off its roots that it told Jaden to keep the gold. All that wealth enabled Jaden to buy the land he needed to start a new farm. It was not long before he had a new harvest and every bit as good, if not even better than the one he had before. Ian had spent all of his money quickly and he was poor again. But Jaden had learned something special from Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi had taught him to love others as he would love himself. So Jaden forgave his brother and invited his brother Ian to come to the farm. This time Ian came, and there he learned how to be a good farmer. Of all the gifts that had come from his visit to Rabbi Akiva, Jaden considered the reunion with his brother to be the greatest of all. And that is based on what happens in the story of Vayishlach when Jacob and Esau finally get to see each other again. And Jacob is afraid to see his brother after so many years because what had he done in last week's Torah portion? He stole his birthright. So Jacob had left, but Jacob was so fearful that Esau would seek revenge that the Torah portion says Jacob was afraid of Esau's anger that has sent his family to safety and prepared to meet Esau alone. But according to the Torah, Jacob wrestled with the stranger, and as a result, his name was changed to Israel. The ancients consider a change of name to be symbolic of a transformation of some kind. So just like Ian was transformed in our Midrash, Esau and Jacob were transformed in the Torah.
Thank you, Cheryl. Yasher Koche. Nicely done. We continue with the service with the Misha Beirach as we pray for the health and well-being of our friends and family who are ill in body and or spirit. And as I point my hand across the room, please feel free to name those who you are hoping to heal.
Those cats and Jeffrey cats.
And those whom we name in our hearts. We continue with the singing of Misha Berach on page 371. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. At this time, I would like to call a member of our Board of Directors, Pip Simon, forward to read words of announcements. And welcome back, Pip.
Shabbat Shalom. Torah study this Sunday is canceled because the rabbi is not well. I wish her a quick recovery. Hanukkah Palooza. Put on your dancing shoes for our 60th anniversary celebration event featuring the San Francisco Yiddish Combo Klezmer Band. This is an event for all ages starting at 3 p.m. on December 18th with dancing, of course, Hanukkah projects, activities, latkes, my favorite, jelly donuts, menorah lighting, and Hanukkah sing-along with Rabbi Zoe. Visit the 60th anniversary page on the website to register and for details about pricing, sponsorship opportunities, and to RSVP. The gift shop will be open for pickups on December 18th, starting at 2:30, and will be open for in-person shopping after the klezmer performance. You can find the WTBT online gift shop for pre-orders on our website. Make sure you got plenty of Hanukkah candles. We'll be supporting Fremont's new Clean Start program by collecting new tags still on, adult size sweatshirts, sweatpants, or sets of sweats to donate to the unhoused. Bring your donation to Hanukkah Palooza or donate cash at any time at our social action page. This year, Jewish Family Services of Silicon Valley Embrace a Family program celebrates 15 years. Help fulfill the Hanukkah and holiday wishes of families and older adults who would otherwise go without gifts. Our participation runs through Tuesday, December 20th. Check the poster at the back of the social hall or social action page on the website for details. Once again, we'll be hosting Hanukkah pop-up with Wise Sons Deli. It's scheduled for Friday the 23rd from 2:30 to 3:30. Orders must be placed by 9 a.m. on the 21st. Details on how to order available on the website and will be in the weekly email. Join us for Hanukkah special Shabbat service at 7 p.m. Note that earlier time and bring your menorah. Save the date on Sunday, December 25th, the last night of Hanukkah. It doesn't say you can bring your menorah or not, but I guess you could. We'll be gathering to watch a movie at TBT and eat Chinese food. Look for details in next weekly's email. Thank you to the Scouts from Troop 153 for running the AV, and to Jack Samosky for representing the worship committee tonight. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Pip. We continue the service with the Aleinu on page 586, the bottom of 586. Please rise and as you are able. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, laten gedula liyotzeh breshit, shelo sanu gegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem v'goraleinu kechol hamonam. Va'anachnu more'im u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'ne'ema v'haya Adonai Lemelech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. On page 595. It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were in the company of those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world. In each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one whose life now ended, brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone and every life finds purpose. On this evening, we remember congregants and family members who have been called to their eternal rest in recent days. Please rise as your loved one's name is read. We remember with tenderness those who died within the past 30 days. If you are observing Shaloshim, please rise as I recite the name of your loved one. Rick Brzezinski, husband of Jackie Baisley, brother of Hannah Brzezinski. On this Shabbat, we remember those whose yahrzeit occurred during the past week. Please rise as your loved one's name is read. Abraham Getz, father of Allison Davis. Esther Rebecca Levy, remembered by Lulu Levy, grandmother of Matthew Levy. Linda Mendez, mother of Jill Zyman, remembered by Megan Sedua. Francis Perlman, remembered by Rosalie Rosenbaum. Samuel Toland, father of Andy Wilson. Edith Trousseau, remembered by Deborah Salcedo. We invite all who are observing the first year of mourning to rise at this time. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. And we rise as one congregation, united by memory and compassion, to praise God's name. We join in the Kaddish on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'yemlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala uv'izman kariv imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach li'olam v'olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, v'agran v'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, amen. Please be seated. We close the service with a song that's generally sung with a Torah service, but it's a nice peppy melody, so I thought that we would do it now. And it is Romamu, which can be found on page 367. And it should be really familiar to you guys. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lehar kodsho. Well, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom, but we are going to have Kiddush and Motzi together in the back. And we haven't done that in a really long time. And I would suggest that we wear masks because the levels have started to tick up a little bit. So it's a recommendation, not a requirement, but if we would make those here feel more comfortable, then that would be cool. So let's join in the back for Kiddush and Motzi. Oh, that's why. That's why we didn't do it in that one.
Any tall person back there?
Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos to you. Good to see you.
All of you.
Yeah, good to see you, Marla. Hey, Sue.
Hey, how you
Hey.
doing? Hey,
Hey.
There.
What can I say?
not much.
I know.
Oh, we got
Anyway.
out. We got out of Tahoe just in time.
You sure did. You sure
All right.
did.
We timed it perfect.
Yeah. You would have been stuck in a big storm.